got a serious question for you. Do you like bog berries as much as I do?
It's Some Guy Who Could, starring Brett Picorni. Featuring Brett Picorni. Guest stars on the show include Sal, Peppy, and the lovely Paula. Today's episode brought to you by Brett Picorni.
Happy November, everyone. Yes, it's November, the magical month where we celebrate one of the greatest holidays of all time, Thanksgiving. And what is Thanksgiving all about? I'll give you a hint. It's all about the bog berries. Sorry, cranberries. When else do these tart and bitter little balls of joy get their day in the sun? Thanksgiving, that's when. For real though, Thanksgiving is a great holiday. Some people like to celebrate two of them. I personally like to celebrate Thanksgiving and Friendsgiving. Sure, I have to do more cooking, but do you really think I mind that? Thanksgiving is one of the biggest feasts we celebrate in the United States. Hence why I think we need an entire month dedicated toward cooking Thanksgiving dishes, and what better month than November? I am starting off the month with cranberry sauce. Yes, I love the stuff that comes out of the can, but sometimes you just gotta know how to do something. Cranberry sauce may seem a little intimidating, but honestly, it couldn't be easier. What I've got here is one bag of cranberries rinsed and ready to go. We're just gonna ploop these down on the pan. Next is a rather unlikely ingredient. Or maybe it's not unlikely for you. I'm talking about OJ. A number of years back, my family got a tip that one of the easiest cranberry sauces you can make is just cranberries and orange juice. Throw that orange juice in there with the cranberries, simmer it until they're all broken down, and then refrigerate it and you're good to go. We tried it, it worked, they were pretty good. However, they were still very tart and very bitter, so I'm also gonna add some sugar. I'm just showing you the basics here, guys. This is a simple cranberry sauce. It's really easy to make, almost as easy as plopping some out of a can. Go ahead and switch on that heat and get yourself a good wooden spoon. This is great not only for stirring, but also for mashing them down a bit once they start to break down. First things first, I'm gonna toss in a cup of sugar with these bog berries. If you're wondering why I call them bog berries, it's because they actually are grown in bogs, a very unlikely place for fruit. Now you can see these are gonna coat real well with all this sugar. It's a fair amount of sugar. Well, what it's gonna help us do is really preserve the cranberry sauce, add some sweetness to cut the bitterness, and give it more of a gel consistency. One thing that happens when you just use cranberries and orange juice, even though you're cooking it down, you really don't get that gel consistency. It is a thin sauce, so the sugar should help in more than one way. I'm gonna add 1 cup of orange juice. We'll stir this around one more time, and then we're gonna let it sit until it starts simmering, okay? Go ahead and pop a lid on there so it can, help the heat stay in. Now, I'm not sure if you can hear it because, well, the microphones are here and here, but these berries are starting to pop. Look at those. You can see it is bubbling and boiling. Something else we're gonna do to cut down on the bitterness a bit is just a pinch of salt. Like I said, we only want a pinch, so that should do. Boop. And just look at the color of this. We got some of that orange color from the orange juice, of course, but these berries are really bringing out the red. And as you stir, just kind of press down a little bit, you'll break them apart. You can see a lot of them, like I said, are popping. Now there is a lot of juice in cranberries, guys, so you want to let this cook down for a little while. Now I know it's not ready yet, but I'm gonna give it a little taste, okay? Hot, but it's good. If you want to know when it's ready, if you want to be more technical, go ahead and put a spoon in here, and when it coats the back of that spoon perfectly, see, it's still a little drippy. We got a little bit of a film there, but we want it to be a little thicker than that. Anyway, guys, like I said, it tastes great. I'm probably gonna add just a dash of cinnamon, maybe a little bit of nutmeg, and just a tiny bit of black pepper. But otherwise, this is delicious. I'm not gonna tell you to replace the canned cranberry sauce with homemade. Honestly, it's like comparing apples to oranges. They're two entirely different dishes. Like I said, I love that canned stuff, but this is also really good. Give it a shot. It's easy. It doesn't take a whiz in the kitchen to make. Like I said, guys, all month long we're making Thanksgiving-themed recipes, so keep a lookout for the next episode. This week I'm only doing 2. I'm doing one today and one on Thursday, and then we'll be doing a live episode on Saturday. The reason for the live episode, I, with a group of friends, will be playing games and such to help raise money for a good cause, all part of an event called Extra Life. So yes, Saturday, November 7th, there will be a live episode of Some Guy Who Cooks, showing you how to make something in real time. And while I'm cooking, you can help donate toward a good cause. I'll talk more about that in Thursday's episode, okay? Until next time, I'm Some Guy Who Cooks. I'm gonna let this simmer down a bit, throw it in the fridge, and wait for it to cool down so I can eat the whole thing in one go. Alright, so I lied. I want to show you guys what it looks like when it's done. Honestly, what kind of cooking show would this be if I didn't? So here we go. Pulling this off, and just look at how nice and thick this is. I'm gonna turn off that heat now. But look at that, nice and thick. And time to show you that spoon trick again. You'll see what I mean. Give it a good little stir around in there and pull it on up, and look at that glaze on the spoon. Look at that. You can really pull away a thick layer of that sauce. That is what I call ready to serve. Those are some good bog berries. Got my container here. You might need to get a spatula to get it all out of here. And give it a good little stir once it's in there. As you can see, it's not a huge amount of cranberry sauce here, about as much as you get in a can, actually. Which is why I'm glad I bought a second bag. But don't worry, I'm not gonna show you this bag too. You already saw how to make it, now you can do it at home. For real this time, guys. I'll see you next time on Some Guy Who Cooks.